had a little conversation with him, and then headed off to the encampment at the Seer Pools to see the lady who had appeared in your guys' dreams. You had a little meeting with her in which she gave you a card reading, sort of kind of told you your fortune in a way, more so things that could help benefit you along your journey. After which, you went with Stanimir and the others to the fire and were invited to join in a game of sorts. It's a storytelling game where the object is to tell a story with the purpose of it to try to make a man laugh or weep. And then after each story is told, everyone takes a guess on whether it's a truth, a half truth, or a false. You guys had set up wagers, in which I have them written down here. Kane putting up a dagger, Rewa putting up two dinner knives, Theb putting up bananas, Rothon put an arrow, Quaint a wishbone, Stanimir a worn deck of Taroka cards, Eliza a collapsible brass spyglass, Arturi a manuscript, and Irina put up a painted wooden hair clip. And that's where we pick up. So, as you guys all get settled around the fire, Stanimir stands up. Since I was the one to uh, set this game up, I will go ahead and go first. We come from an ancient land whose name is long forgotten, a land of kings. Our enemies forced us from our homes, and now we wander the lost roads. One night, a wounded soldier staggered into our camp and collapsed. We nursed his terrible injury and quenched his thirst with wine. He survived. When we asked him who he was, he wouldn't say. All he wanted was to return home. But we were deep in the land of his enemies. We took him as one of our own and followed him back toward his homeland. His enemies hunted him. They said he was a prince, yet we didn't give him up even when their assassins fell upon us like wolves. This man of royal blood fought to protect us, as we protected him. We bore him safely to his home, and he thanked us. He said, I owe you my life. Stay as long as you wish, leave when you choose, and know that you will always be safe here. He stops and looks around at you guys.
Sorry, what did he put again?
For his wager, a
Yeah.
worn deck of Taroka cards that had previously belonged to his wife. Um, please feel free whenever you have your guess. Let me know.
Can I roll an insight check to think to see if or to guess if the prince thing is real?
Sure.
Oh, that's not gonna go well.
He's
Oh,
hard to read.
Does this guy? Can I look him up and down? Does he look like Dimitri from way back at the very beginning? The guy we met at the very first encampment caravan area?
He bears a sort of resemblance, but he doesn't look exactly like him.
Okay.
Um, yeah, Eliza will step up. I think The tale is true. Followed by Arturi. Half true. And then Irina. False.
I'd say true.
True.
False.
I mean, it definitely sounds completely reasonable to me.
How do you know?
I'll go with true.
Majority opinion.
It's a voting system.
Yes.
Do you need
Well, very good. The story is true.
Oh,
Tis the tale of our people, the Vistani. Who would like to go next?
how far away is Quaint sitting from me?
What did you say?
How far away is Quaint sitting from Rua?
I don't know. Not next to her. That's
Okay,
for
never
sure.
mind. Never mind. Gonna say like my player will try to raise your wing to go next.
Uh-uh.
Well, if nobody else is going,
Please feel free.
so this is a tale that was told to me when I was much younger. It starts off with this was on a ship sailing the Sword Coasts, and they were an escort of sorts. They would patrol the seas and look for anyone who would pirate hunters, I guess. And they were tailing a merchant ship just kind of off into the distance, and they see the sails of another ship on an intercept course. On this ship that is hunting the pirates, there is a woman, and she's loved the seas for most of her life and has been working this particular ship for a number of years. She's in the crow's nest as the spotter, and she calls out to the captain about the pirate ship intercepting the merchant ship. And they throw on canvas and catch up as much as they can, trying to, well, hope that the pirates don't see them so they can make sure it doesn't get away. So they tell their ship's mage to help out in closing the distance. And they make it there, unfortunately, a little late. The pirates have already boarded. It's not the nicest of tales, but they did manage to board the pirate ship. On that boarding, they found the captain, if you could call it that, was a what are they called? Scabs? the sea trolls. They're very large, ugly, and particularly nasty claws. This one could speak passable common, supposedly. But a fight ensues. They manage to take down the sea troll. Or so they thought. The woman was walking along the deck, and one of the sea troll's arms was just kind of twitching there. So she picks it up brilliantly and waves it over her head and starts yelling at the merchant ship. What she didn't know is that if fire isn't used on one of these trolls, they have a tendency to regenerate. And it wasn't too much longer before the troll they thought they had killed walked back up, took his arm back, and hit her in the leg. She dropped over the side, bleeding, crawled back up, found a lantern, and started slowly burning the rigging. And by slowly burning, I mean she threw the freaking lantern at the sails, and the whole thing ignited very fast. Meanwhile, her crew was dealing with the merchant ship and attempting to salvage what they could and keep the pirates off of, well, what was left of the crew, which sadly was not much. The Sea Troll attempted to get the ship out of there with the remaining crew that they had, which was very few at this point. So she has one leg. Her crew is cleaning up at this point for the merchant ship, but hasn't managed to deal with the troll. And they don't have anyone other than the wizard that really knows how to deal with it. The wizard's tapped from trying to intercept, failing to do so. And they just... They just can't... What was it? And he's like trying to remember. You can tell that he is like recalling the best he can. And it's not... He's not doing well. Let's see. She's seen the troll, climbed up the rigging to the burning sail, cut off what lengths she could, grabbed it, and then jumped onto the troll with the burning sail. She got some pretty bad burns, and that's ultimately what saved her life. See, because when you put fire on a troll, they ignite almost instantaneously and will burn to a crisp in moments. Luckily, the horrible burns she suffered were also what cauterized her stump of a leg. She did manage to kill the troll, and they captured the ship. The merchants, unfortunately, only a few crew members survived. And of her crew, let's just say it could have gone better. That was the end of her sailing days. But they made it back to port. and collected their bounty on the ship.
This has got to be a true story.
Is it half true if he remembered incorrectly?
I mean, it's possible I remembered it incorrectly, but that's
We'd call it a truth if so.
I say false.
I say half truth.
I'll call it half truth.
Stanimir thinks about it for a moment. I'll say true. Eliza speaks up. False. Arturi votes with a half true. And Irina also votes with a half truth. And then you guys hear another voice. A young boy. Speak up. Is the girl okay?
Oh no.
turn to the boy and say, well, she was for a pretty long time. She lived a well and full life after that, though missing the leg did. You would think it would have hampered her. But she's the one that taught me how to walk a deck and climb the rigging. That's the story of how my mom lost her leg.
I'm sorry, that was your mother?
Your mom sounds
Yeah,
way
that's
more
what she
badass than
told
you,
me.
Theb.
The
Oh,
She
little
used to
boy
work
Me have
on
your
ships.
mother instead.
and the little boy smiles from his spot behind one of the caravan, or one of the tents, and comes around the tent, limping. He too is missing a leg. I'm glad she was okay. People think that you can't do a lot, but you can. Just matter of factly.
See, she had. Does he have a crutch?
Yes.
Is it like fully up to, like how much leg is gone?
Probably from about, I'd say an inch below the knee is gone.
Inch below the knee. So you, much like her. Now there was this thing that they did, and I will like go off and try and find. I'm gonna make him a peg leg. And she loved climbing the rigging, so she cut a little notch in the bottom. It was a little weird on land, but it allowed her to climb the ropes still, and that's one thing she really loved, was being in the crow's nest. And she also, when she did use her crutch, she did the same thing with that and cut just a little notch in there. Now, if you're going to be on the ships, that's what I would do. If you're not going to be on ships, maybe a little more traction. You could put a little bit of like spikes or something to make it a little more grippy.
He pulls his crutch out of the ground and lifts it up, and the bottom of it is carved into a point, like this.
Kind of. You can do that. That's pretty good, especially for climbing any like loose stuff. You could also do more like like make a little drawing in the ground where it just looks like the end of a meat tenderizer, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And that one would be better for any sort of like mountain trails or something.
His eyes just sparkle with joy as he assesses the drawing. He kind of makes his way over off to the side, bends down and grabs a few sticks and comes back and puts the sticks around the drawing. I'll keep this here. I'll look into it later. I have a lot of thinking to do. Then he looks around the fire. Um, my mama says I'm too young to gamble things. But is it okay if maybe I sit and listen to the rest of the stories and um maybe I can tell you guys a story at the end? I have one I've been working on.
Are you gonna use explosive trap?
I mean, I certainly don't mind.
I could have told you that. Did Huntsman and Scoundrel?
Wonderful. He takes Theb's uh words as an invitation from all of you and makes himself comfortable next to you, Theb.
Yeah, but I could use them. I could use.
I will offer him some additional bananas.
Oh, that's right, you stupid freaking bananas.
In the way that only a young boy can. He smiles and just tears into this banana. Adorably so, but also animalistically so a little bit. And just looks around. Eliza kind of laughs a little bit. Well, with that, I suppose I will go. It is said that with each raven flutters a lost soul, and that each raven's song tells a tale of ages past.
Yeah, I need a level 1.
They whisper. So listen closely. She takes a deep breath, and when she speaks again, her voice is quiet with an eerie melodic quality to it. Sing, ravens of Barovia, birthed from the mists and bathed in twilight. Sing of Lagdana, the morning lord's stalwart, dawn-touched foe to the deep, lurking dark. The holy symbol of ravenkind, her radiant testament, the warrior's beacon of faithful resolve. Sing, ravens, of Chernovog's rise, named Green God and Demon Lord upon Yester Hill. Lagdana, grey-haired, weary of battle, her long sword and shield yet polished and ready. Guided through the shadows, toward sacred ground, she clashed with the demon, their tempest-like dance. Sing, ravens, of Lagdana's last fury, of Ravenkind's token now blazing with light. The battle's tides turning, a hero's brave cry, a final onslaught with divinity's grace. The demon lord, banished. The warrior now fell, the wound at her side gouged too deep to bear. Sing, ravens, of light's final moments, a shadow descending from radiance on high. Sing of the angel, black feathered and beaked, the morning lord's angel reclaiming its gift. The symbol retaken and raven's claws held. Sing, ravens, you are the keepers, the watchers, the tellers of stories untold. Sing, ravens of Lagdana's memory, the shadows that lurk, and heroes to come. The boy yells out, "True! True! It's true!"
Ah,
Sorry, I should have waited my turn.
well, I guess I shall go half through.
Right? It makes sense.
Same. Half truth.
No, I read that book. It was in it. It was in it.
I don't know. I didn't really like that story, so I'm gonna say half truth too.
Stanmir votes true. Arturi votes false, and Irina votes false as well.
We had we had the visit, like the Raven was last session, right? Where one was like
Yes.
floating around. I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
true because of that.
Okay.
We just searched Dallas's stateroom thoroughly.
Stanimir looks towards
Dallas
Rothon.
Academy.
And you, Sutter.
Oh, I already said true.
Oh, sorry. I missed it.
No, I didn't hear him either. Gosh, forget to unmute his mic.
I literally said it right after the boy said true.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I was even looking at my thing, so fuck you, John.
Once all the votes are tallied. Very good. The story is half true.
Half.
She was a paladin of the Morning Lord. But no one knows what happened to the symbol after Lugdana fell at Yesterhill, nor where it resides today. That is all for me. And then she sits down.
I can go next if no one wants to. Alright. So this actually kind of correlates with those knives I put over there. Through a twist of fate, I stumbled upon those two innocent-looking knives while my party and I were stumbling through a rather haunted place. Initially, I viewed them as ordinary silverware, potential gifts for someone special. However, wielding one knife forced me to witness the agonizing struggle of a wounded dog trapped in a realm of despair. The other unveiled a terrified pup, trembling in a corner as its cries pierced my heart. I, at that time, dismissed these haunting visions as a sinister plot or ploy by the deceitful area that we were in. Only after narrowly escaping that dangerous residence did I hear a faint, sorrowful bark echoing in the distance, as if expressing gratitude for our survival. To my shock, both knives had corroded, their once sharp edges now dull and tarnished as if aged by decades. I can only guess that the souls of those unfortunate dogs were bound to the knives, their anguish eternally intertwined. When the curse was finally lifted, they found solace in each other's embrace, leaving behind only the corroded remnants as a somber reminder of their suffering.
Is it clear that you've finished your story?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
And yeah.
I don't know about that one. I don't know. Pass.
False.
Where is your penis? Where is your
Boy, he yells out. Um, false. Doggies don't fit in knives.
Half true.
I can't get up there. I told you. I just fucking said that. Is this thing on?
Stanimir votes true.
Uh, when it comes back to Quaint, she'll just her feathers are all ruffled and she's just trying to think and thought and like just trying to figure this out. Like there must be something up with this with that um story. Fine, half truth.
Eliza votes false. Arturi half truth, and then Irina truth.
Definitely half truth. It's gotta be half truth.
Just don't use rain on me. You can use rain. Just don't use
They're just knives.
Hey, that's for the radius.
Half true. They're at least knives.
That's true.
But if I'm not out of it, we resort to rain attitude.
They are just regular knives, but something happened when we escaped a perilous place that made them less knifey than they once were. So it is a half truth, isn't it?
Did
Or is
Deb
it?
vote?
Yeah. He said definitely
Okay.
false. He said something.
He said
He
half
said half.
truth.
Yeah, he said
He's
half
half,
truth.
I just remember the definite part. I couldn't remember.
It's very much.
Okay. And then, sorry, Rua, you were saying it's true or half true?
It's a half true.
Okay.
Nailed it.
2,
Who was the one who said false?
I did.
3.
Not that.
I'm gonna just turn to Rothon and go, "You were there."
I didn't think we were counting that the knives degraded as a half truth. I was thinking the story as a whole with the dogs.
I mean,
I
there
mean,
was a dog.
I know, but at that point, it's like, okay, well, then every story we're going to tell is going to have a little bit of a grain of truth, so all of them are going to be
Not
half.
necessarily.
Now you found
Like,
the secret of the game.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to vote half truth on everything. I was thinking the dog section with the spirits and everything. It's like, that didn't happen. So that would make it false. Not that we got out the knives were corroded.
You're hasted, you're wet, and you're bleeding.
Yeah, you're hasted,
the
you're wet,
same.
and you're bleeding.
Yeah.
Rothon.
Yep, that's accurate.
Can't you move for Oh!
Okay.
Not worth. Not worth. Not worth. Take it back.
Not worth it.
Not worth.
Take it back now, y'all.
Where you,
One step.
One hop this time.
There.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to pause this because I really have to go to the restroom. So
Yeah.
a few moments of a break. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna make fun of Rothon continuously now.
I now know the true definition of half truth. If there's any grain of truth to it, it is now a half truth.
Just the slightest bit.
Literally just the slightest bit. Half truth. Done. There was a dog involved. Done.
I mean, there was a dog. There was a ghost dog in that house.
Wasn't a ghost dog. He was
He
alive.
was a live dog.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
Yeah,
a
but he
ghost.
wasn't a normal dog.
He was a soon to be a. Wait, where did he
He
go?
was a
I'm sure
normal
he was a
dog.
normal
No,
dog.
he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
As far as we know, he's a normal dog.
No way
He was
anything in
just
that
a really
house was
old-
normal.
Yeah, the dog was just one of
the
us.
dog got separated because his master was there and told him to stay there. Literally what he told us.
Yeah, but how long
And then
ago?
we don't know because dogs don't know how to tell time.
That's what I'm saying. That was not a normal fucking dog.
He never told him how time works.
I think we tried to ask him and he literally doesn't know.
I'm telling you, that dog was not normal.
Yeah.
I mean,
I refuse to believe it.
you can assume, but we have no way of knowing.
Yeah.
Oh man, does
Oh.
that mean it did the same thing the dog from Futurama did?
with soft gooey insides.
No. What happened to that dog? Actually, hold on. I don't have it in my notes.
Lancelot?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think we ever checked.
I think we killed it on the way out.
No, we did not kill it
We
on the
put it
way
out
Did
out.
its
not kill. I
miseries.
remember Quaint specifically going for the dog.
Put it out of its misery.
Don't
I'll put you out of your misery.
go for it. Got freaking notes about the stupid guy with his godforsaken monkey, but nothing about Lancelot. What the hell?
Monkey?
A monkey? What are you talking about?
I don't think I remember
The-
a monkey.
Alanic.
Oh, him. Yeah.
I'm confused.
Honestly, after we found him in the upstairs room, I have literally no notes on him.
The monkey?
Yeah.
I think the dog.
Oh.
I think we literally just stopped paying attention to him.
No, he was.
I was playing
he
fetch with
He
it.
spent the night with us.
I know, but I mean, like after. Did he stay with us during
Yeah,
the?
he stayed with us. I don't know where he went after that though,
Oh.
because then I ate the old lady's pies.
I honestly don't even remember him staying with us.
I honestly thought he vanished.
No, he was an actual living dog.
I know that part, but
Mm,
after the upstairs room, I don't remember what we did with him.
he died.
I kind of stopped paying attention to him,
Was
to be
he
honest.
alive? Do, 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 do.
Wasn't he following Theb like 90% of the time? Because
Because
you talk to him,
he's a
Theb?
druid.
No, that is because you talk to him.
Well, he can literally talk to him like and fully understand him.
I know, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what the definition of talking to him means.
That's no, it's not. I talk to Gremlin all the time. He doesn't fucking understand me.
Still, I said he could talk to him. That would imply
I
that
can
they
talk
could
to
communicate.
Gremlin. No, see, communicate and talk are two different things.
My story is I stabbed Kane in the neck. Done. Walk off into the mist.
Apologies.
Hello.
All right. So we left off at the end of Ruiz.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's see. Stanimir stands up. All right. Who would like to go next?
Well, you missed it. Josh did his already. Everything's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
well, then he's gonna
Totally.
have to do it again because I missed it.
I don't. Is anyone around the fire named Josh? I don't know who that is.
Ha ha ha. Wrathman.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't start my story at all. So.
I know. You were just.
You did say you stabbed me in your neck for your story.
Oh yeah. Sorry. That's my story. I stabbed Kane in the neck and walked off into the mist.
Yeah. See, that's his story. Truth. Wait. Lie.
Yeah.
Misses.
Oh man.
That was such a terrible.
You stab your own
Yep.
foot.
No, it's fine. Take your time.
Um,
Take your time.
All right. Who would like to speak? Perhaps you? And he looks over at you, Kane.
Okay. My story goes. In the heart of the forest, beneath the silver glow of Saloon's guiding light, my fellow Saloonite clergy and I gathered, our spirits ablaze with righteous purpose. We stood as guardians against the encroaching darkness, our spears raised high in defiance of the vampiric scourge that plagued the village. With each step we took into the depths of the forest, I could feel the weight of Saloon's blessing upon me, guiding my hand and filling me with courage. The air grew thick with tension as we approached the vampire's lair, but I refused to let fear cloud my resolve. As we burst into the clearing where the vampires awaited, their eyes gleaming with malice, I felt a surge of adrenaline course through my veins. With a cry of Saloon to my lips, I charged into battle alongside my comrades, my spear flashing in the moonlight as I struck at the heart of the unholy horde. The fight was fierce and unforgiving, the vampires attacking with the ferocity of wild beasts. We fought valiantly, but the darkness seemed relentless, claiming the lives of several of my dear comrades before our very eyes. Their cries of agony echoed through the forest, a haunting reminder of the price we paid in the battle against the forces of evil. With each fallen ally, my heart grew heavier, aching with grief for those we had lost. But still, we pressed on, driven by our unwavering determination to see justice served. As the last of the vampires lay vanquished upon the forest floor, I stood amidst the fallen, my spirit shattered by the weight of our losses, tears staining my eyes as I looked upon the faces of my fallen comrades, their lifeless bodies a solemn testament to the sacrifices we made in the name of Saloon. In that moment, amidst the silence of the forest, I bowed my head in sorrow, mourning the loss of those who had fought beside me. And as Saloon's light faded into dawn, I knew that their memory would live on in my heart forever, a guiding beacon in the darkness that threatened to consume us all.
Are you okay? Sounds like a truth.
Half truth.
Being stabbed in the same spot. That's rude as fuck. Look at that earthquake damage, though, man. Look at all that earthquake.
I don't know half of what you just said. So I'm just gonna say it's a
Delay
truth.
your turn, Mikey. Delay your turn. Delay your turn. Delay.
And I need you to delay your turn. Ant's yelling at you.
Mhm.
Boom, boom. I fully expect them to use
Stanimir, Arturi, and Irina guess true. Eliza guesses half truth, and the boy guesses false.
I mean, I'll go with true.
Is that everyone?
Yep, I believe so.
It's unfortunately one of many truths.
At that, Arturi stands up. All right. There once was a silver fox, renowned among all for his curative touch. On a cold, moonlit night, however, a rustle of wings disturbed his peaceful reprieve. A flock of sparrows brought him one of their own, the tendrils of death clutching its small, shivering body. The silver fox took the sickly sparrow into his den, but with all his wisdom and skill he could not cure its ailment, and it breathed its last in his paws. Fearing the sparrow's anger, the fox begged it to take anything in exchange for peace. The sparrows, hearts filled with grief, departed into the moonlit night. It was only at dawn that the fox realized what they had taken. His beloved kit had vanished, taken by the sparrow's claws. The fox pursued the sparrows through the barren lands and shadowed woods. He found them slumbering amidst the branches of a gnarled tree, and, in his cleverness, snatched 2 of their flock in the jaws of his teeth. "Where is my kit?" the silver fox roared. The sparrows, now prey in his claws, shared the terrible truth. They had given his kit to the kingdom of night, where the cursed sovereign of dusk dwells in the darkness. And so, the fox passed from light into dark, his legs aching and sore, his paws bramble pricked and bloody. It was in the keep of Dusk's sovereign that he found his lost quarry and uncovered his kit's dreadful fate. His kit now shared the sovereign's curse, the features of life now twisted and warped, his once lively eyes now deadened and cold. The kit begged for reprieve, for his father to free him from his cursed existence. And the silver fox, with a heart heavier than the mountains, with eyes stinging with tears, did the unthinkable and ended his kit's torment. As the fox's anguished howl shattered the night, so too did his heart. A father had entered the kingdom that day, but it was a phantom born of anguish and rage that vanished into the shrouded night.
You ready?
That was depressing. Is that a... I'm going to guess that's a false, because that's sad.
Half truth.
Half truth.
Let's go, man. Spam this shit. Let's go. Come on.
Hmm.
Goodbye.
I hope false.
I'm gonna say it's the truth.
Stanimir also guesses
Oh,
truth,
one survived.
while Eliza and Irina both guess false, and the little boy guesses half truth. Ah, it is quite unfortunate to say, but the tale is true. Hmm. The boy's eyes wide at this statement, realizing the story was quite sad. Looks towards the one thing that here kind of helps him forget the sadness, something that he hasn't seen before. And with wide eyes, stares at Quaint. Do you tell stories? I want to hear your story.
Mm. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Once upon a time, there was a little mouse that became enraptured, then scared, then terrified, in a life and death struggle against all odds, surviving everything in possibly the most fiercest place ever. Okay, I'm done. Who's next?
What happened to the mouse?
Sounds like the
False.
story of all mice.
You should give Mike that reactive armor one too. You don't ever have enough armor to even
That was it? That was the story?
Well, I mean, there's more to it if you want. I don't know if you want more though. It's really
Yeah,
scary.
yeah. Tell
Oh
me.
no. Oh no.
There was a mouse, and it was terrified. Go.
Okay, well, we gotta set the stage, all right?
Wait, I don't have a stage. Do we have a stage?
This is the stage. The world is your stage.
Hmm. And then his eyes get really wide and he just looks around.
This is my 10 charisma talking, so we're gonna have to live with this. All right. In a tranquil forest where the sunlight filtered through the trees and the leaves looked like liquid gold, there lived a young mouse named Meadow. Meadow was gentle, with eyes as bright as the morning sun and his heart as pure as the dew-kissed flowers that bloomed in the meadow that she lived. One day, while exploring the edges of her mouse village, Meadow stumbled upon a hidden glade blanketed with wild flowers of every color. Obviously, she loved the beauty of it, and she couldn't resist the urge to venture further and further, well, from her safe meadow into the heart of the forest. As she wandered deeper into the woods, the air grew thick with honeysuckle, and the sound of birds filled her ears. And she didn't realize how far she'd strayed from her home until the sun began to dip, and soon the forest was covered in shadows. Well, Meadow, she realized that she was lost, and as panic gripped her heart and she searched frantically for any sort of familiar landmarks, she couldn't find anything, and she was alone and disoriented in the darkness. But as soon as she started to despair, she saw a soft light in the distance, and it drew her closer and closer. And with a flicker of hope, Meadow thought that she was finally back home. But no, she wasn't back home. And though she emerged into a clearing, into a different meadow, it wasn't her meadow. And she knew it wasn't her meadow because in the center there was a shimmering portal, sort of like how the moon reflects on the lake at night. Without a second thought, Meadow sort of stepped through the portal and found herself in a strange, different world. She soon came to learn it was called the Feywild. At first, she was filled with awe and wonder at the sights and the sounds of the Feywild, and she frolicked through the fields and she danced with the flowers, and she loved spending nights between the sky and the ground. And as the days turned into weeks and the weeks turned into months, Meadow began to feel uneasy. The beauty of the Feywild had a dark undercurrent, a twisted sense of whimsy that left her feeling unsettled and afraid, and strange creatures lurked in the shadows, their eyes gleaming with malevolent intent. And she tried to find her way home, but the Feywild was a labyrinth of madness and soon despair, and twisted and it turned on itself every step she took. And as the darkness closed around her, Meadow realized with a sinking feeling in her heart that she was trapped in the Feywild, and she was forever doomed to wander its corridors of twists and turns, and its creatures with jokes and subtle meanings that she didn't understand sometimes. And she knew that maybe time had changed on the outside, and she would no longer see her family, would no longer know her meadow that she lived in. Well, one day, and she didn't know how long it had been, Meadow fell asleep in a meadow like her name, and then she woke up somewhere completely new, and it was infinitely more terrifying. But she found a few people and a dog that is lost now, and she thinks maybe she'll finally get to go home.
You're still retaining armor too, which is cool.
The end.
Wait, she wants to go home? But
Let's get fucked up.
which one is her home?
Oh right, because he's charmed.
Well, that's a question she can't figure out herself right now.
That wasn't a scary story. It was kind of sad, though.
Half truth.
Half truth.
False. First thing that comes out of her mouth. Queen's mouth.
Can birds even lie?
It's a beak, sir.
Still functionally a mouth.
I think it was false that it was scary, but I think a story that sad has to be true. You have to experience something like that to, be able to say it like that.
What do the others think?
Stanimir says false. Eliza says true. Arturi says half truth. And Irina says true. And I
And
believe
who didn't?
Theb.
Definitely false.
Everybody else speak. So Quaint shrugs her shoulders and says, "Well, apart from the fact that I'm not a mouse and I am not named Meadow, that story was completely true."
So a half truth. Per Rothan.
I mean, technically, yes.
Technically, but it's up to the storyteller to decide if it's
Oh, okay.
Yes, because
no.
one of them had a truth about a fox and they were a fox, but they were not a fox. So
It's the last
Uh,
dregs.
I mean, there's many spirits. It could have been a fox.
then I could have been a mouse. Not really. I'm not a mouse. I am an owlin.
Did you eat the mouse?
I have eaten many mice and bats and birds.
You eat other birds?
Yes.
Chicken. Right. Never mind.
Can you cleanse wounds that off if you might eat?
Okay.
Okay.
Nice being silenced monk. Oh.
I like you.
Okay.
Oh, they're attacking.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Do something.
And then I thought Irina just kind of. Well, I suppose I will go next. When I was a child, my father took me and my brother to a vast, tranquil lake. I remember the sand beneath my bare feet and the lapping of waves against the shore. But then something broke the silence. It was a low growl, echoed through the wind. And as I turned, I saw a beast emerge from the fog. A wolf, far larger than any I had ever seen. I still remember its eyes. Yellow, cold, hungry. My father screamed for me to run off. I took off for the woods, and the wolf followed. Its snarls echoed through the underbrush. I remember branches whipping against my face, thorns cutting at my feet as my legs burned and my breath grew ragged. But my fear drove me forward.
Oh no.
It was only much later,
Mikey, you gotta save
when
her.
my heart had quieted in my
Hang
chest
on,
and the
man.
wolf's footsteps had faded into silence, that I finally allowed myself to stop. By then, though, the woods were strange to me, and my father's shouts had faded. A heavy mist had descended around me, and shadowed shapes lurked in every corner. I stepped forward, one hand reaching fearfully into the fog, and a wolf made of mist leapt forth, its jaws open wide to devour me, and then everything went black. The next thing I remembered, I awoke in my own bed, my father's humming echoing from the kitchen. I don't know how I got there, or what became of the wolf, but I can still remember its teeth as clearly as ever.
I'm fucking smoke. Like pixels to make up his character.
She sits down.
For your safety, I hope this was false.
Half truth.
Is everything a half truth to you now?
I don't understand the rules anymore, so yes.
I think it's a truth.
Half truth.
Stanimir guesses true. Eliza and Arturi both vote false. And the boy votes true. I think last is Theb.
We'll go with false, because no one's been false yet. It's all been partial truths.
Well, very good. The story was false. Granted, it's a dream that I had since I was a child. But there's no lakes near the village of Borovia, and I've never actually seen a direwolf until recently.
Huh.
Of course he can. He's the master of the hydro.
Stanimir steps up. Well, I believe that leaves one last tale before we tally up the votes. The boy speaks up. What? No, don't forget mine. Yes, I know. You can tell yours after we tally up
He's
the
gonna
votes.
kill
It's okay. Oh,
He needs to do
okay.
166 damage.
So let's see. Me, Eliza, Arturi, Miss Irina,
She's bleeding though.
the
She's
owl.
bleeding though.
All them.
Oh,
Owl.
you, sir. I don't think you have spoken yet. And gestures to you, Rothon.
No.
Wilthon will stand up.
That will do.
The story begins in a far off land.
And metal.
I don't remember the name. I don't know the name.
There you
The land had gone
Yeah.
through
go.
a
No, he can
great
do
famine
150.
for
I think she's safe for now.
months, years at this point.
I don't know. Dude,
The
secure
kingdom was
these,
starving. Well, they had enacted a desperate rule. Well, not really a rule, more of a guideline that
You attacked her. Oh,
really
Yeah.
they should cut back on having any more children because they couldn't feed them at this point. Well, one day there was a child born, a little girl, and the village or town or kingdom, whichever one it was, found out, and they instructed the family to leave her out in the forest. If she survived, great, but the village did, or not village, the kingdom did not have enough resources. That everyone was just trying to live and they couldn't. So her parents regrettably took her out into the woods and left her and told her to never come back. So they, during this story, they had tried to keep her a secret, so she's not a baby, you know. But they left her out there, and after they had left her out there, she got lost trying to make her way back, and she couldn't until she happened upon what could really only be described as a very old crone. No offense to any elderly around here. The crone took her in and took her back to some house she had out in the middle of the woods. The odd part about the crone is that there were other creatures that lived in the woods with her. The girl was too young to find this, was kind of spooked by it, but the crone assured her that it was fine and turned out to be skeletons that walked around doing what the crone commanded. After the girl got older and the kingdom sort of came back to its power, whatever you want to call it, she grew angry because she still remembered what happened. And then with the crone having raised her, she learned quite a bit about necromancy, obviously. She eventually decided to take her revenge. So, she made her way back to the kingdom, having raised an army of soldiers, sort of, and she took it on. She took it over. Basically raised an entire army of, well, her former family, friends, whoever assisted there. And she ruled that area for quite a while. The crone came back to her, trying to, or basically, playing the motherly role of, good job, this is great, now we can rule the kingdom. We have an army at our disposal. There's no need to want for anything anymore. But she didn't take into the trauma that the girl had suffered in general. So, she also killed the crone and took her as part of her army. Well, after leading this kingdom, village, town, whatever you wish to call it, for a few years, making attacks on other areas as she did, wind got to a group that tends to deal with the undead on a regular basis, and 2 warriors from this kingdom decided to go and scout out the area and maybe take this place down, as they were undead hunters. The 2 were dispatched, and they set out on their way, encountering undead here and there, taking care of them. They were just basic undead skeletons, no big deal. They were experienced. When they got there, they finally were able to get to the home of this now fairly decent necromancer, and they got in a fight, and they eventually were able to destroy her, but the 2 had suffered great wounds at this fight. I mean, it was a pretty big battle. And while they were trying to make their way out, they had to fight a bit more, and eventually, just barely through sheer will, they were able to survive and make their way back to their village, leaving the wherever that was basically to burn and hopefully never come back. And then after that, they kept going about. The 2 hunters, whatever you want to call them, heroes, ended up doing what they normally did before, going about destroying undead as they are.
This sounds like a half-truth.
Sounds familiar. For some reason. I say truth.
Half true. Because obviously she's going to kill everybody else, right? But she wouldn't attack the crone.
Don't you use them every time?
Oh, sweet innocence.
if you're not using like a number of spells, that sounds like you don't even need it.
Stanimir votes false. Irina votes true. Arturi with half true. And Eliza with false.
Gotta be half true. It's the name of the game.
I do half true.
It is half true. The heroes did not make it back.
You run them as counters.
Aw.
What else would you take besides that? You take far out, man.
But they did their job.
All right, let me see if I can tally this up. Thank you all so much for playing in this game, and perhaps while I tally this up, if you would oblige, I think he wanted to tell his tale as well. Yeah. Do you guys want to hear it?
Go for it, kid.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Not really. I'm just kidding, kid.
Well, anyways, you still have to listen to it anyways. So this is a story that I used to tell with my cousin before she moved away. And we kind of
Oh, please, shower.
What is happening in that camp over there?
but
It's my
we-
spirit animal.
we would create the story with we would tell the story back and forth between each other. So in a small village, there once lived a girl with the name Barbara. Barbara was known in the entire area for her excellent rhubarb pie. Because everybody liked eating Barbara's rhubarb pie so much, they called her Rhubarb Barbara. Rhubarb Barbara soon realized that she could make money with her rhubarb pie. Therefore, she opened a bar, the Rhubarb Barbara Bar. But of course, there were soon regular customers in the Rhubarb Barbara Bar. The most famous among them were 3 barbarians. They came so often to the Rhubarb Barbara Bar in order to eat of Rhubarb Barbara's rhubarb pie that they soon were called the Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarians. The Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarians had wonderful thick beards. When the Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarians wanted to tend to their Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarian beards, they went to the barber. The only barber who could work on a Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarian beard, of course, wanted to highlight that, and he named himself the Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarian Beard Barber. The Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarian Beard Barber knew from the Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarians about the Rhubarb Barbara's marvelous rhubarb pie and always drank a beer with it that he lovingly called Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarian Bard Beer Barber Beer. The Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarian Beard Barber beer could only be purchased at a very special bar, and the saleswoman of the Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarian Beard Barber beer at the Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarian Beard Barber beer bar was called Barbell. After pruning the Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarian beards, the Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarian Beard Barber, mostly with the Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarians, went to the Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarian Beard Barber Beer Bar to Rhubarb Barbara Bar Barbarian Beard Barber Beer Bar Barbell in order to take her along to the Rhubarb Barbara Bar in order to eat some of the Rhubarb Barbara's superb rhubarb pie. And it was delicious.
Uh-huh.
Half truth.
I'm
I'm sure the pie was delicious.
Yeah.
I think they could probably backstab.
False.
So what do you think?
She's always a turn.
You guys are all right. See,
Ah.
because the story itself, the Rhubarb Barbara Bar, I don't think it exists, but I also don't really know. But the beginning of the story, when I said that I would tell the story with my cousin, was also true. So the story is true, and it is false, and it is a half truth. So you guys are all right.
And we're all wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just more surprised you said all of that without flinching.
I had a lot of practice.
Oh. You should be a wizard.
My brain hurts.
Well, thank you, Len. I think perhaps it's time for you to go to bed. Now, thank you. Okay, thanks. And he's like, "Oh," he comes back. Can you guys please not step on my little square here? I want to look at it again in the morning. Thanks. And then goes running off as quickly as he can with one leg and a crutch.
You like drew a square on the ground?
The thing that Theb had drawn on the ground showing him kind of like ways that he could improve his crutch, he got sticks and put them
Got
in a square around the drawing. All right, so after tallying everything up, I believe, as long as I have this correct, it was a lot of stories to keep track of. I think Miss Rua, I think the pot is yours.
Huh.
In fact, I
Yes.
think out of all of those stories, you got one wrong.
Huh. Well, this is
Very
definitely
intuitive.
good. Yay! I was totally 100% doing things out of intuition.
Well, you should trust that intuition. Clearly, it is very good.
Thank you. And thank you for setting this up. I think we needed the reprieve from the horrors happening lately.
If you ever need to add a little bit of joy into your lives, find one of our camps. The Vistani are very, very good at it.
Mm-hmm. And I'ma casually go up in there. Grab
Go
my
up and
winnings.
where? Oh, yeah. So you are now the proud owner of your 2 dinner knives back,
Yay.
a dagger, some bananas, an arrow, a wishbone, a weathered, kind of like beaten down pack of Taroka cards, a collapsible brass spyglass with a small mirror that lets you look around corners, a short manuscript on werewolves by Dr. Rudolf van Richten, and a painted wooden hair clip in the shape of a sunflower.
Aw.
Give my dagger back.
For some reason, the book calls to me. Hold on. How many bananas were there?
That's a good question. I just have bananas written down.
I
Bananas.
mean, how many bananas do you want?
How many did you put in?
How many did you put in?
I think it was only just like a couple, but I mean, if you want more bananas, I just have a shitload of bananas.
How many did you put in the pot?
Like 2,
Okay. 2
bananas.
bananas.
but I have more if you
That
need
are
more
gonna be
bananas.
gross and brown in the morning.
Bananas.
Won't those bananas just like disappear in the morning?
They lose their
Yeah.
No,
potency.
they just lose potency.
Oh,
They're
okay.
basically brown. Get brown.
So they get gross. Got it.
Oh, I guess I could just make banana bread out of this.
I was gonna say it's banana bread for the morning.
And hey, it's still got potency. It hasn't been the full 24 hours. Most
Mhm.
ridiculous spell in D&D.
I'm gonna start reading. I'm gonna put on the sunflower clip, and then I'm gonna start reading next to the fire, because I'm curious about this manuscript.
All right.
Cast it and then move into water.
Standamir is the guy that's not necessarily the leader of the camp, but he lives in the caravan, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of
Roldan will go up to Standamir. Do you happen to know
You were on fire. So you were in
someone
fire,
named
so you wasn't
Dimitri?
really steam.
Dimitri. I have a cousin named Dimitri.
Was he also working these caravans, encampments, sort of thing?
Oh yeah.
Do you happen to know where he is?
Last I heard, I think he was on a supply run.
And where are the supplies?
Dun, dun, dun.
You know which direction
I don't
area
know.
to?
You just asked that, dude.
Mm,
I
No.
did answer you.
Insight check.
go ahead and insight check him.
I don't believe him.
How many people are part of this caravan?
No
Like
shit.
camp? Okay.
Mm,
It's the. How many people were at the
Probably
fire
about-
telling stories?
At the fire, it was you guys
Mhm.
and Irina, plus
Yeah.
Stanimir, Eliza,
Mhm.
and Arturi. And then the boy showed up.
Okay, so
You guys
three.
have also seen Madame Ava. You've seen probably one other little girl running around, and about 2 other people who are not part of the storytelling. As far as the insight check, he is being truthful about not knowing exactly where Dimitri went, but you do get the sense that he's also not telling you something. It would be a half truth, so to speak.
If you see him, tell him that we would like to talk to him again.
Sure. Whereabouts might you be going so I can point him your direction?
We'll talk. We're escorting Irina, right?
To
I'm trying to remember.
The werewolf
where it
encampment.
is.
no.
Yeah.
You don't. There's no werewolf encampment.
I don't know. I remember. Oh wait, no, never
Nope,
mind. I don't.
you
Want,
don't
I don't want
remember
to be a
shit.
werewolf in this campaign. Fuck that. Fuck that shit.
Of course you do. You're gonna be where?
Grammarly
fuck
wants me
that.
to capitalize the word flesh house.
I want to
Oh,
be
God.
a werewolf. I want to be a
No.
werewolf owlin.
I have
Going to
Lancelot dash
Valentine,
dog
right?
from Flesh House, and it's like capitalized Flesh House. No?
Werewolf, owl, werewolf girl.
We're going to Valakai, aren't we?
Mhm.
Yes.
No, we're going to the werewolf encampment.
We'll be
so I
in
can become a
Valakai.
werewolf.
Fuck no.
Okay.
I learned what being a werewolf in this fucking campaign is. Fuck no, I'm good.
You
Yeah,
don't
we
know
got that
that.
that
I know.
Dracula.
Well, werewolves in general are evil. So
Why didn't you get rain?
Yeah, but it's particularly bad in this campaign.
You're all about rain.
You don't know what you're
you
talking
don't know
about.
that.
Rothon doesn't know that. He doesn't want to, but me as a person
Nope,
doesn't want to
nope.
do that.
You don't know nothing.
You know nothing, sir.
So you do the exact.
You know nothing, Josh Rothon.
Well, Rothon doesn't know
Ratman.
shit.
Ratman.
Right. So we had Stanimir, and we had. What the hell are you doing? Sorry, cat.
That's not really.
As a party
Eliza?
beside Eliza,
Mhm.
and what was the third person that was at the telling stories?
Arturi.
Arturi. And let's see, Stanimir told the story about the fox.
Nope.
Yes.
Arturi told us.
You're right.
Arturi told
Arturi
the story
told
about the
this
fox.
tale.
Was Arturi?
Told the tale. Yes, Arturi told the tale about the fox.
What did Eliza tell about?
The raven. Lugdana and the Morning Lords.
And Stanimir told a story about.
That was the one a soldier came into the camp and they kind of took care of him.
One that was a prince.
I don't know if that was a good thing or not.
Which is conveniently the same story as Dimitri.
Stanimir's an older guy. Arturi, is he older?
I'd say like mid-20s, pretty younger.
And Eliza?
Eliza. Probably about the same age as Arturi.
Okay.
Mid, maybe late 20s. Relatively young. But also old in that time.
Ah, shit. I forgot. Actually, Rua just realized something. She's gonna close the manuscript and just waddle back to the tent with Madame.
Waddle.
When are you pregnant?
Waddle. Waddle with a swagger because she just won a game.
She cheated.
Waddle, waddle, waddle. Well, for future.
Actually kind of worked out.
Do, 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 do. All right. So, the camp itself is getting set to bed down for the night. So, if there's anything you guys would like to do before going to bed, let me know.
Mine can wait after everyone else. Right back.
Rothana is going to dig a. Let's see. What do I have on me? Rothana's gonna dig a hole about the length of the length of an arrow, but a little bit wider. And he is going to put everything besides his bow and maybe like one or two arrows in it, and then lay on top of it, or cover it up and put his bedroll on top of it.
Okay.
I ain't trusting these fools. Can I do it? Can I try and do it as stealthy as possible?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
On that one, where it at? Oh, close enough.
I mean, it's a little haphazard. Some stuff
Yeah.
sticking out from underneath your bed thing. At some point during it, you try to like covertly go and slide your stuff underneath, and it just falls out of your hand and clatters around. You like shove it in there really quick.
The owl walks by and is like, "That's a interesting bedside manner," and
Yep.
just keeps walking.
Right, even I see that.
Hey man, I ain't fucking letting them steal my shit again.
No. Reasonable.
I can use the wheel, maybe turn. Yeah.
Wait, how do you know someone steals from you before?
Do you not remember the first camp?
Well, we were kind of transported, vice versa, stolen from. Remember, we kind of only had what we had on us. So you not touching that stuff, based on past experience, means we're most likely going to lose it if it happens again.
I don't think we were transported. We woke up in the same area, but everyone was gone.
Did we? I thought it was all foggy, misty, and we were like basically somewhere else.
They were foggy, misty, and everything was.
It was
somewhere else.
foggy, yes, but
I mean, I was.
the mist showed up,
And
the camp was gone.
So how do you know we were in the same place?
Damn, were we in the same place when we woke up the first time?
It did not appear to be the same place.
Suck it, Rothan.
Either way, I'm keeping that shit there, so I'm putting it underneath me. We were told not to trust these fools, so.
Oh, yeah.
You were told not to trust him.
Why is he attacking him? He's not
I don't trust anyone. So. Especially Theb.
Yeah, minus one in persuasion.
Good choice. That guy's a little sketchy.
Right?
All right. So
I go
Rothan is
around.
bedding
Oh,
down.
I go around asking anyone in the camp if they have a shield.
You go around asking, and Stanimir is the one. We don't necessarily have like a metal shield, but I have this, and he kind of holds up. It's like a wooden
It's not a charcuterie
makeshift.
board, right?
It is not a charcuterie board.
Okay, thank God. Would it be effectively a shield?
Yeah.
How much you want for it, Mr. Stanimir?
Huh. What do you have on offer to trade?
3 silver.
Okay. Go ahead and mark off 3 silver, and now you have a simple wooden shield.
Yes. A +3 shield, right?
+2. Good try though.
Yeah. Look at that. 16 AC. Ciao.
Oh shit.
Okay, I feel like you guys can't do this.
All right. Is there anything anybody else would like to do before you guys bed down for the night?
I'll just
Nope.
kind of patrol around the camp.
All right. Rothon's down. Quaint. I assume you're going down
I'm going down.
to sleep, bedding down, laying
Shouting
down,
timber.
hanging from a tree like a bat. I don't know. What do you do?
Perching.
I fly up to the top of a tree. Not the
Okay.
top. Above a tree, and I keep watch for. I don't know. Till it seems nice.
Okay.
For Rothon beds down, can I use my last spell and use primeval awareness and just see if there are undead within a mile of us?
Yeah, go for it.
Or wait. How's my favorite terrain again? I don't remember.
I want to say it was
Forest, apparently.
forest. Yeah.
Are we technically in a forest or no?
Not really. No.
Okay, then it's a mile.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and mark off that slot.
Mhm. I gotta do that
And
again,
you
too.
do sense a few glows and pools of undead.
Okay.
But based on what you've experienced so far, it's not as, I don't want to say worrisome. It's not as uncommon as it would have been
Mm.
from where you came. You guys have already come across not just zombies, but also some harmless wraiths.
hmm
Uh, so I don't think it tells you what kind, I believe, right? Just
I just
their
know that
presence.
I just know that there are undead within a mile radius. I don't know where
Okay.
they are, how many there are.
Yeah. There's you do get the feeling that they are within a mile radius.
Ability kind of sucks.
Wow.
I'm sorry, it does. It doesn't give you a location or numbers or anything, and it costs a spell to use.
Yeah, but you know if something's nearby.
Yay.
God, no one understands the ranger class.
Hey man,
think it's just
I got almost the same thing as a barbarian.
No,
And it
no,
gave me the number and their location.
no.
It just cost me 10 minutes. Just saying.
it's a lot more useful when you're out in the city hunting things, like you're generally where you tend to
Yeah.
be. Um, it's just this place you're not quite sure what is considered normal and what's not.
Yeah, I just reading it, I was like, this ability kind of sucks. I feel bad. Like, doesn't tell you location or anything. It just says, all right, within a mile, there is undead.
Yeah, for 1 minute
This
per
area.
spell slot too. Level.
But it doesn't tell you where they're at or how many there are. It just says, hey, there's undead in the area.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's to stack upon other things. Because then you know it's there in the area, so you can start looking for them, so you can start tracking them. That's what you're supposed to be doing.
So in a way, he gets like a pop-up ad, hot undead within your area.
Basically.
Within 1 mile
Yeah.
or 6.
Yeah, it's like that's kind of it. It's like I'd rather take that baritone ability anything.
Oh no!
That shit was good compared to this. I feel bad.
All right. So let's see. Quaint is perched. Rothon, you did your.
I just
There's
did
someone
that.
dead. Yeah.
Yep. Sleepy time.
Okay. Rua and Theb.
I went to Madame Eva.
Okay. Theb, are you doing anything before heading off to bed? Aaron,
Dead.
if you're talking, you're muted. Assuming you are here. Okie dokie, we will come back to that. You head to Madame Ava's tent, Rua?
Yep.
Okay. As you approach, the kind of like flap to the tent opens up, and Madame Eva is there. Ah, hello, my dear. I had a feeling that perhaps you would come. Do you wish to just speak out here? I was coming to get some fresh air, or are you looking for a more private word?
Look around. How many people are there, or is everyone just settling in?
Everyone's kind of settling in, but most people seem to be sleeping outside. It's a fairly clear night. There is a bit of a mist, and it's a little bit chilly, but it's good weather. It seems like everyone's taking advantage of it.
I would prefer some privacy, but if you'd like to stay out here to witness this peaceful night, that is fine too.
Oh, no problem, dear. I can always do that afterwards. I tend to stay up.
No. Come, let's go get your refreshments first.
Oh, yes, sweetie. Okay, let's go. Goes to a large barrel that has a ladle in it and scoops out. It looks like they use it to collect rainwater. Grabs
On
a
a ladle?
drink. A large barrel with a ladle inside of it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it's really inefficient if you catch water using a ladle.
Unless you're that good.
And then she walks down towards the edge of the lake, further from the camp. Is this a conversation you wanted to have with her in private? In terms of
didn't
in
really-
the call.
I wouldn't mind.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Privacy. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We will be back, guys.
Of course, fucking quaint.
I think she grabbed the wrong person.
Yeah, she grabbed the wrong person. I wasn't
I was
even
gonna
doing,
say what?
wasn't even doing shit, and she was like, "Aha!" Bless you, kitty. You okay, baby?
And Gremlin's coming to you.
Hi, Puppies. Hi, Puppies. Oh, you so happy to see me? What are you doing, Bubs?
He's been looking outside this whole time.
He's cold.
He's been monitoring the neighborhood.
Gizmo's
Raining
got
again.
allergies.
Hmm?
Gizmo's got allergies.
What'd you say, Josh?
So it's raining again.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think it still is a little bit. We still going tomorrow, John?
Yes.
Cool. Go to the gas station before we go tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds like the rain's starting to pick up.
It's raining pretty heavy, like, well, half hour ago-ish. It was raining pretty hard last night. Or this morning, I don't remember. All I know is it was dark.
Bless you.
Dude, in my Bannerlord playthrough,
Mhm.
I finally just said fuck it. Instead of trying to keep the stupid workshops open in like, actual profitable cities and shit.
Mhm.
I was like, you know what, I have so much money. Fuck this. I just went and bought in all of like my kingdom cities.
Mhm.
Like where whoever I was on Sword to, I was like, I'm just gonna buy anyone that has a brewery. I'm just gonna fucking buy it so they don't have one.
Mm.
And then I'm just gonna make that brewery my name and just supply them all with grain if they can't get it like by cities and shit. I'm like, fuck this. There's gonna be a beer baron. I don't give a shit anymore.
Beer Baron.
Oh, because fucking whenever you go to war, you lose your workshop, and you're like, this is stupid.
What?
Yeah. Whenever you go to war with the enemy, if you have a workshop in an enemy town, you lose your workshop.
Oh,
It's
in
gone.
enemy town, yeah.
Yeah. They're like, this is fucking stupid. Why am I trying to do this?
Why would you have a workshop in an enemy town?
Well, because they are more profitable. The ones that have resources that go to that town that are for that workshop make it better.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna supply them with grain. I have like 8,000 grain. Fuck this.
Oh. I didn't realize my class was from Dragonlance.
What, for this character?
Yeah. I don't remember the moon being very significant in Dragonlance, though.
Well,
Mm.
Hi, babies. Hi, babies. What are you doing? You're so soft. Yeah. Yeah, you're soft. Come here. Lay down right here, babies. Hey. Hey. Lay down right here. Yes.
I don't got no ritual spells. I don't get no free casting. Man, I'm missing a bunch of books. Book of many things. Wait, I own this. Oh, it says it right there. Oh, I own that. Okay, never mind. I own all these. Never mind. What's this? Ooh, horror themed monsters.
Hmm?
Grim Hollow, Layers of Atharis. They're just aberrations. Sounds pretty cool. The Humblewood setting, you can be the tiny little owl people.
I'm a tiny little owl person.
No, this is like tiny, like that one book series where like all the heroes were animals, tiny.
Oh, Animorphs.
No. It was like
What?
it was a mouse.
The red something.
Yeah, something about red. Redwall. Redwall?
Yeah, red wall.
Never got to finish that book series. I read like the first book. That's it. It's soon to be a Netflix original series. Yeah, his name was Martin. Well, Martin was a thing. Yeah, so in the Humblewood, you can be a deer, a raven, a chicken, or a rooster. A hedgehog.
I want to be a humblewood.
I think that's a mouse. A pigeon, a raccoon, an eagle or hawk. That's called a raptor. A strig, which is a tiny little owl. And a
I
vulpin.
want to be a raccoon.
The Mapatch. Naturally curious. Medium-sized raccoon-like race. 2 wisdom, 1 constitution. Dark vision, expert climbers, resilience, scroungecraft, and skulker. But do they start with skulker? That'd be really stupid. It better be different than the feet. Dumb. It'd be such a stupid thing to give someone right off the bat. Josh has got to make his hippo.
I don't think they come from that one. They come from something else.
They're from Spelljammer.
Yeah, they're from space.
Yeah, they're space.
I already have an idea for one, so like a space hippo.
And you have a swimming speed equal to your walking speed in space.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hey man, hippos are fast as fuck.
They got really lazy with their creativity. One of its traits is hippo build.
You just strong as fuck.
Yeah, you have advantage on strength-based ability checks and strength saving throws. Basically, you get the free barbarian rage feature.
Hey man, hippos are fucking frightening, alright?
Oh, I agree.
Motherfuckers murder people.
Hello.
Hello.
Like more than lions. Ew.
They're also proficient in guns.
Fuck yeah.
Because hippo.
Space hippos.
Space hippos?
Yeah, Griff's
Yeah.
from Spelljammer.
They can
Ooh,
beat
yeah.
their hippos from space. It's fucking awesome.
It's ridiculous.
I love it so much.
All right. Yes.
After my character does that, she's gonna go by the edge of the fire and begin mumbling to herself. Are you serious? Why did this have to happen? Come on, man. Of all the things, why this?
Do I see this?
Well, first question, were you by the fire?
No, I was patrolling around.
Then probably not.
I don't know why I thought you said river.
Wait, did you say river or fire?
I said fire.
Okay, yeah.
That was my bad.
But yeah, while you were patrolling, roll a perception check for me.
I'm the best at these.
Best around.
All you
Not bad.
see is the ground.
As you're walking, you do see Rua walking down towards the lake edge with Madame Ava. You don't hear anything that's going on, and it's not terribly long, maybe 5 minutes or so before Rua helps guide Madame Ava back up to the tent. At one point, it almost looks like Ava had like slipped, or she paused for some moment, and then they continued on.
Wow,
was
we were
Rua
just
stabbing
punching
her?
people.
I didn't stab no one, I think.
You're always stabbing people, Mars.
Oh yeah, my rusted knives would do that. Ignore me.
Uh-huh.
All right. So with that, unless anybody wants to do anything, it will be time to go down for a rest for the night.
Excellent.
Oh my god, long rest.
At which point, does anybody need a break for a restroom or dinner stuff?
I'm good.
If so, this would
Nope.
be a good time to take a break, but we can continue playing if nobody needs to do it.
Uh-oh.
Let's go.
All right, sweet. Let's see. Rua, do you go right to sleep?
Nope. After that, I just relax with the manuscript.
Okay. Rothon, you went right to sleep though, correct?
Yep. That way I can get second and third watch in.
Excellent. Kane is patrolling. Quaint, you went up to a tree and I believe you were watching around until everything settled down and then you were going to sleep?
No, for a few hours.
Few hours. Okay, cool. And then Quaint, are you back?
Or-
Would you be going to sleep right away, or is there anything you wanted to do before long rest?
Um, I would probably just. I, are we like safe, or like how is the? We're kind of still out in the middle of nowhere, right?
This seems to be a long-term encampment off the bank of the River Iveless. Um, the way that everyone is moving around, they don't seem to have much in the way of like guards. They seem fairly comfortable, um, kind of far off from the people of Barovia, who were a lot more quiet and reserved and even just like dull in appearance, wearing a lot of like grays and keeping to themselves. These people are loud, joyful, bright, don't seem to be mind being seen, and don't seem to be wary or fearful of anything around them.
Um, not sure how much based on. You know what? Nah, he just goes to sleep.
Okay,
Makes an attempt.
cool. All right. Um, so that goes on fairly quiet. Um, not much is going on a few hours in. Um, Quaint, before you rest, do you wake anybody up or do you just go to your rest?
Are there other guards watching?
You see some Vistani shuffle around every once in a while, but it seems less of like a um, formal guard as it is like a, oh, heard something, let me pop my head out of a tent, or I'm going to go walk out of camp to use the restroom or grab some water and go back to bed. It's very casual.
I'm going to go over to Kane. Are you asleep, Kane, at this time?
Nope.
It's been a few hours. So you said no?
Walking around the camp.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to him and be like, are you staying up much longer?
Probably for a bit.
You should wake somebody up before you go to bed. Just in
Uh,
case.
We'll do. I'll get Brothon.
And then I'll go to sleep.
Okay, perfect. Kane, you spend some time walking around. Um, the night itself is pretty quiet. You have a few hours to yourself before you go to, excuse me, wake Rothon.
Okay.
Has it been about 4 hours?
Probably closer to like the 5 hour mark at this point.
Oh, if it's been past 4 hours, he would have already been awake.
Okay, got it.
Yay, elves.
OP.
Yep.
Not as OP as
in operation?
No. Won't be as the Warforged.
I don't know. I'm reading it in trances. You still remain conscious.
You do, but you're not as aware as a Warforged.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was reading, I was like, if those hours are spent in a trance-like meditation in which you remain conscious, I'm like, what?
Because you're not in the unconscious state where people like get
Yeah,
auto
yeah,
crits
yeah.
and all that stuff. But you're
Oh,
not.
okay.
Which Warforged are like fully aware of what's going
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Okay. I wish it would. Yeah, just using the word like you're still conscious. It's like that.
Yeah.
That seems weird, but whatever. Cool.
Plus,
Long
there's
rest.
I think there's something that if someone's unconscious, they get bonus damage kind of thing. Like a sleep killer kind of thing.
A long rest. Volcom will wake up and take watch for the rest of the time.
Okay.
He'll also dig out all of his gear and put it on. If it's there.
Okay. Yep, it's all there. You are all set. And the night itself goes without a hitch. It's pretty quiet. You still see the same things that Quaint had seen. A few people getting up here and there, whether it's to use the restroom, get water. At one point, Stanimir is up for a little while, talks to you for a bit. He has trouble sleeping, goes back to bed. But before long, morning comes. And you guys all awake.
Oh my god. 100?
They start making you breakfast. Everyone kind of hangs out for a bit.
Quaint eats food.
Preferably.
Nom nom nom.
Oh, okay. All right. Is there anything you guys wanted to do in this morning?
Where's Irina?
Um, she wakes with you guys. She ended up kind of taking a spot near the fire to rest for the night and is up in the morning assisting with breakfast.
Okay. I'ma help.
All right, perfect.
Okay, so what do you make?
Yeah. What do you make? Just kidding. They.
Explosives.
Oh shit. Um,
We hit that, so
it's kind of like a typical sort of country-ish breakfast. There's like a potato hash kind of saute situation with some eggs in it. Um, what seems to be like bell peppers, some red chilies, and bacon. Pretty good.
no. He's not in the puddle.
Um, And Rua, I believe, or Theb, did you eat meat?
I mean, I have no bananas.
Okay, I couldn't remember if there's anyone in the party who made it a point that they don't eat meat. But I think everybody does.
I made it a point to eat meat. Does that count?
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. All right. So you guys have breakfast, and Irina is packing up her stuff, ready to go. Stanimir comes up and says, "Well, it's been a pleasure having all of you here. And thank you very much for playing in the game. Before you leave, Madame Ava requests your presence one last time."
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Oh, long rest.
All right. Stanimir says, "I'm gonna go ahead and clean up breakfast, but and he kind of looks around. Oh, Arturi, here. Why don't you go take them?" And Arturi walks up. He looks really tired.
You should teleport the guy that's on the
Um,
waterfall because he has ruptured tendons.
kind of just
So
worn out.
Tracy will
It's like,
give
all right,
some-
yeah, let's go.
Yes.
I'll bring you over to the tent. Follow me.
Okay.
You guys head to the tent.
Yeah.
And Madame Ava is sitting at her table where you had first met her. Just, well, it is quite a pleasure to have met all of you. And before you leave, I have two things I would like to discuss. One is a request, and the other a gift for you. First, the request. She holds out a small leather pouch. Within this pouch are 10 gold pieces. I understand that you are on your way to Valakai. My great grandniece Arabelle will be turning 10 in 2 days' time. If you could find it within your heart to accept my request, I would like you to take these gold pieces and go to the toy shop run by Blinsky. Purchase a toy for her and have it delivered before the end of the second day to the Vistani encampment in the southwest section of Valakai. Do you accept the request?
What was her name? Arabelle?
Arabelle, yes.
Arabelle, oops.
Arabelle.
How long will it take us to get to the city?
The city is about a day's worth of travel from here. A day's worth of travel at a kind of like typical or medium pace.
She
Okay.
wants us to get her. What are we getting at the toy shop? Are we getting something specific, or
Just nope, just
Then skip your
purchase a
fucking
toy
turn.
that
Okay.
would be
Yeah,
appealing
seems
for
to be
a
like
girl
that.
turning 10, and utilizing as much of the 10 gold pieces as possible.
At least Mikey has an excuse. Like he falls on the stairs every
10
time.
gold on a kid's toy?
Mhm.
God damn.
so
Fanciest toy ever.
great grandniece Arabelle? She'll turn 10 in 2 days.
Correct. And her request was before the night of the second day.
Toy shop in Pinsky.
I forgot. I
How
need to be
far
last
is
today.
the encampment from the city? Not
Yeah,
this
I
one,
it was
but the
a joke
one
at
where your
first, but I
grandniece is.
actually picked it up.
Oh, it is an encampment just
forgot.
along the southwest section of Valakai.
Oh. I don't see why not. I'm gonna look at the party. After we drop off Irina, we should be fine, right?
I mean, I don't see why we couldn't get it there. Or we'll try to get it there on time. That would
Thank you.
probably be the only issue I'd ever see.
We can do it.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
I just asked what the ice cubes were. The ice cubes
Second, I would like to impart on you all a gift.
Oh, you didn't mean to put on the bill? That was the next thing.
These gifts should be seen as something that,
You know what I'm talking
while seemingly trivial, will, if kept, help you in ways in the future, both to accomplish the things that you are working towards now, but also succeeding in finding things that maybe perhaps even you do not know that you are in the process of seeking. She
Why does
pulls out
everybody speak in riddles?
a intricately carved box. It has a hole in the top, but there is what looks like to be some sort of leather bolted underneath it with a slit. So you can reach down in there, but you can't see within the hole. And the box itself is kind of gilded with intricately carved designs on the outside. And each corner has a small, like, kind of corner cover of gold nailed into it. Each of you will take a turn reaching into the box and pull out the first thing that you touch.
Creepy.
She holds the box out for a moment just to see if anybody steps up.
Quaint will immediately.
Okay.
That is a
Go
wild
ahead, my
fucking
dear.
thing.
She reaches into the box.
Okay. As you reach in, your fingers brush against something long and slender. Cool to the touch. And as you pull it out,
You dead, Mikey?
it is a chain link cord. And hanging at the bottom of the cord is a small chunk of amber. The amber itself is inset with complex arcane runes.
Quaint
You
looks at it.
do notice that you didn't feel anything else in the box, just that one item.
Quaint looks at it, doesn't really understand what it is, and sort of like that meme, avocado. Thanks. That's what Quaint goes like. A cord. Thanks. And then steps back.
I'll go next.
Okay. Just so you know, it's a chain link cord, but it's basically like a chain link necklace with the amber hanging
Yeah,
on it.
but like
Okay.
it's not like it's
Yeah, I
also
just
probably
realized
2
I didn't
times
want it
as
to be
big
like,
as her neck, unless it's specifically made for her neck.
no. Okay. Rua, you said you were going up next.
Yep.
You reach into the box, and your hands touch something soft and warm that seems to fill the inside of this box. As you pull it out, a multicolored scarf with an intricate pattern pulls its way out of the box.
Oh. It's gonna put it around her neck. Instantly decapitated.
I was thinking the exact
Um,
same. It's like, oh god.
As you put it around your neck, you feel this sense of safety and almost like a what you could articulate as a familiarity, but you don't know why it's familiar.
Huh. Thank you.
Madame Ava just nods at you and smiles and continues holding the box out and stares at Kane, Rothon, and Theb expectantly.
I'll reach in.
Okay. Kane, you reach in and instantly your hands touch something hard and sharp.
Ow.
And as you pull it out, it is a wolf's tooth coated in a clear resin attached to a leather cord.
Interesting.
The tooth itself
Mhm.
is cold to the touch.
Hmm.
Rothon will reach in.
Okay. Rothon, you reach in. For a moment, it feels as if there's nothing in there, as if the box itself is empty. Your hands kind of gliding along the inner surface. Makes one loop around, second loop, and then a small tickle on your fingers. You pull out a small black feather with downy barbs.
I'll take and just kind of look at it.
That leaves you, Mr. Theb. If Aaron wants a gift from the seer.
He died.
Damn it, Aaron. Stop dying.
Wouldn't have any wax.
What was that? What?
Well, dear, reach in and you shall receive your gift.
Oh boy. Sure. I'll do the thing.
Okay. You reach in and your hands touch something hard but smooth with a slight edge upon it. You pull out a gray, flat, round stone. On the flat face of the stone is a engraving with a three-pointed star. Madame Ava sets the box down upon the table. Well, may your journeys be fruitful. And she sits down and starts busying herself with some sort of letter that she seemed to have been writing when you guys came in.
Quaint
Food?
tries to bite the
The amber.
so like experimentally bites the the what did you say it was? Iron? Not iron.
Amber.
No, the chain link.
Oh, that it was just a chain link cord.
Tries like bites it experimentally to see what the how
It's sturdy. It's hard. It doesn't give. It's definitely not like a gold or silver of some sorts. It's a firmer metal.
and then looks at
Probably.
the amber.
And then, sorry.
And then looks at the amber.
Okay, I thought you said and then licks the amber.
Well, I mean, she can lick it too.
Wouldn't be
I'm not
surprised.
really wouldn't be surprised about that at this point in time. She's gonna bite the amber in a second too.
The amber itself, it glows not from an internal light, just collecting the light from around it.
Does it have dinosaur DNA inside of it?
You don't see it, but you do see those intricate arcane runes on the inside. It's like a three-dimensional carving almost inside the middle, encased inside this amber.
How big is the chain link thing? Big enough for a person's neck, not a owl's
Yeah.
neck.
Yeah, I'd say like a typical person's neck. Probably more along the lines of a female neck versus a male neck, so a little bit on the smaller side.
So she'd have to loop it twice to put it on her neck.
Probably, yeah.
Well, she's gonna be collecting so many necklaces, guys. She loops it around her and puts it on her neck.
All right.
Let's see. What is that? 4 loops around her neck right now? Because she's got Irina's necklace on her too.
Yep. You have that like Wicca hippie necklace thing going on.
Right? You only need to snag one necklace in order to like strangle the poor. Not giving Rua any thoughts.
I'm not saying anything.
That's the worst.
Mhm.
You
They
see
get
how
it,
that's
though.
the worst, right? Um. Yeah. So do we head out then?
To the toy store.
Well, you guys are still halfway on your way to Valakai. So you still have another day's travel to get there.
Not if we run. Speed mode.
You don't even run.
Sure.
Your
Yeah.
tiny little owl legs don't move very quickly.
I can run. I just fly faster.
You imagine watching you run.
Do you run or do you do that like bird run hop thing?
It's
Oh,
the bird run
please.
hop thing.
Yes.
Just because she's on the tinier end of birds. But if if it was like an Eric Rocker, Eric Coker or something, it'd probably be like a Naruto run instead.
Oh.
Uh, all right, all right, all right. So you guys head on out. Leave the camp behind you and continue along the River Atlas Road. You
Off
get
we go.
back to the crossroads. What was that?
Off we go.
Oh, yes. You return to the crossroads, which is the area where you guys had your encounter with Strahd in his carriage. And you hear horse. Um, why am I blanking on the word? Clops?
Orson?
Hoofbeats.
Hoofbeats. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, you hear hoofbeats again. And turn to look, expecting to see another black carriage. However, at this point, you see a skeletal rider upon a ghostly horse. Just making their way down the road. Seems to
Making their
pay
way
you no mind.
down. Walking fast. Horse is faster. Do 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 do.
They're gonna get stabbed. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
The
Why?
clothing looks
You just refresh your
somewhat similar. You guys feel like you've seen it before, but not quite sure where. But if you desire to think about it harder, you can roll a perception check.
I have none of that. Let's do it. The least perceptive.
Nice.
Can I use my
So based
telescope?
on intelligence. Damn.
Sure.
Can I
What?
Ooh,
use
that'll
my
do.
eagle eyes? Wait, my owl eyes?
No.
I literally am like the the worst rogue with perception.
You just you're just nearsighted and you haven't figured it out yet.
I'm actually nearsighted and farsighted, but the middle ground is just non-existent.
I'll assume Feb is currently looking for bees.
I mean, if there's any to be found, I will find them.
That's true.
He doesn't need
Is that
perception.
a threat?
It sounded like it was. There's got to be bees
God.
somewhere. Um. All right. So let's see. Kane and Rua, you guys both, while looking at it, it dawns on you. These clothes match the first corpse that you guys have found upon entering this land. The corpse that you found while you were walking in circles.
Is there any of the strange markings around?
No. The horse seems to be making its way away from um, kind of almost where you guys came, although you didn't see him at the encampment and you didn't see him on the road. It's almost as if he had just kind of apparated out of thin air and started walking down the road.
All right.
Point that out to the
After
party.
yes. After consulting with your map, you realize that you need to travel west from the crossroads to get to your destination.
Weast.
West. You leave the crossroads
Waste.
behind you and resume your westward journey. You follow the road as it bends around, then ascends the cliff, trudging up its steep, rocky incline. The fog here is thick, obscuring the tops of the cliff overhead, and the road itself grows narrow and treacherous, with loose stones and deep ruts that make it difficult to maintain your footing. So you guys end up going in a single file line. But soon enough, the road levels out, continuing past a ruined 3-story watchtower perched atop the edge of the cliff. The tower's old stone walls are covered in moss and ivy, its rotten wooden door hanging off of its hinges, and nearby you see 2 fresh graves sitting against the road. You also see within the tall grass what looks to be some sort of animal lying not too far away.
We're not headed the right direction, are we?
Consult the map.
Da map.
Well, then we'll go up to the graves.
Okay. Um there are 2 graves. with small pebbles that have been arranged in the soil atop each one to form the shape of a rising sunburst.
There are a bunch of badger holes everywhere out here as well.
No.
Okay, never mind then. You said there was an animal nearby as well.
Hmm.
Like a live animal?
It doesn't seem to be moving.
Go over
Poke it
to
with a
it as
stick?
well.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep an eye out for anything that's moving around us.
Okay.
What type
You
of
come
animal?
up to the corpse of a wolf that seems to have been killed by spears and crossbow bolts.
Do any of those spears and crossbow bolts look useful?
Roll a. There are no spears in it, with the
Oh,
exception of one that's like a broken head of a spear stuck
yeah,
inside
yeah.
of it. You see more of the wounds that are consistent with spears.
Yeah.
However, in terms of the crossbow bolts, first roll me a dexterity check
See
for
where
pulling them out to see if they're okay. Now roll a d6. You are able to pull out 2 usable crossbow bolts.
Oh,
The others are either broken or split enough that you can determine that they're either just simply not usable or too dangerous to try to use in terms of it shattering within the crossbow.
It's cheaper though.
I will go over to the watchtower and
Mhm.
just kind of peek in the door
Okay.
as stealthily as I can.
Yeah, roll a stealth check.
Yeah.
Okay. As you approach the door, you realize that the door itself is kind of broken, almost hanging off of the hinges, like it's been half pulled. So, oh, sorry, Jackson. Sorry, buddy. It's very easy to open. You peek inside, um, and upon this first floor, you see what looks to be a hearth across from the door. There's currently no fire in it. There's a stone staircase along the left wall, and along the right wall, there's 3 windows that are looking out kind of over this part of the valley that you guys can see.
Does it look like the hearths have been used recently at all?
It's fairly dusty in here, so it definitely seems like it hasn't been used much, but there are what appear to be fresher soot marks within the wall. It There's no hint of smoke or smoldering fire of any kind. So whatever was here, it's enough time has passed for it to be completely smothered.
Okay. I'll stealth inside and see if there's anything up the stairs.
Okay.
How tall is this watchtower?
3 levels. So it's like 2 levels plus the top roof.
Any windows?
Um, you do see windows. You see the 3 windows on the first level, and on the upper level, it looks like there's actually quite a bit of windows circling around.
I'll run around the opposite side of the tower to see if there's
Okay.
any other entrances or other windows or anything, any other signs.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Yeah. Natural one.
I mean, it looks like a tower. It's a big old stone building. It's cool. Um, you start to try to go around it, and the way that it's kind
Pardon.
of inset within the cliff itself kind of actually comes down towards like the middle. It comes into contact within like the middle of the watchtower itself, so you're
Oh,
actually not able to pass around behind it.
got it. I'll start. Is
Uh,
how is this cliff got enough handhold to start climbing up?
The town though, 'cause the guards they'll fight with you.
yeah, it looks more so instead of it having been like the watchtower itself was built into the cliff, it looks like at some point there was some sort of landslide.
Hmm.
So there's handholds for you to get up. As to how sturdy it is, I mean, there's only one way to find out.
I'll start climbing up.
All right. Roll a dexterity check for me.
Mm,
I just watch him do this as a bird.
Yeah. You make your way up. You have a few moments where some of like the rocks kind of shift and slide a little bit, but you're able to get your way up. Little slips here and there,
mm,
but you don't fall back down.
okay.
Um, all right, and then Rothon, as for you, you kind of work your way up the steps, and you come into the second level. Now, the second level, basically the entire thing feels like some sort of an icebox. Um, there's a few cabinets and shelves along the walls, um, as well as windows kind of all the way across the room. There is a uh, kind of off center. There is a ladder that goes up to a wooden trap door.
What else did you say was in the room again?
There's some cabinetry and some shelves.
Um, we'll have a look around to see if there's any signs of anyone recently being at least on the second level.
Okay. Roll another perception. It's pretty dusty up here. You see what looks like could have been footmarks, but it's been a while.
Hmm.
Uh, what looks like the fresher footmarks also have a layer of dust over them as well.
But he'll head over to the. He'll just kind of start casually opening cabinets with just sort of start opening them.
Okay. You go through the cabinets, you find a few like crumpled pieces of paper, what looks like some sort of dried up potatoes or like some thick-skinned citrus fruit in one of the cabinets. Um, it seems like there's nothing really much of interest until you open up the last cabinet. And within it, you see a broken pendant of a silver dragon.
Go ahead and pocket that,
Okay.
and then climb up the ladder. Would it be possible to climb up to the third level?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and head up there.
Okay.
Check that.
You go You emerge through the trapdoor and find yourself upon the roof of this watchtower. The roof itself is fairly barren, but you are able to look out and get a better view than you were out of the other Excuse me. Out of the other windows.
Do I see anything of note up ahead of us going towards Valaka?
From here you actually have a really good view. Um, the path that you guys are taking continues to wind up the side of this cliff a bit more. And then off in the distance, you see this really large and, quite frankly, beautiful waterfall coming down the cliff, feeding into the river. And there is a bridge spanning um, both sides of the cliff to kind of cross in front of the waterfall, not directly under it, obviously, but it gives you passage from one side to the other.
Okay. After that, he'll climb back down.
And you see me.
Oh. All right, give me just a moment. I'm switching headset battery up. Okay. So yeah, you see Kane kind of almost peeking in through one of the windows on the backside of the tower when you descend down to the second story.
I just keep walking.
Anything interesting?
I'll show you outside.
I'll start sliding down the tower.
All right. Slide down, meet up in front of the tower.
Found this pendant, a silver dragon, but it's busted. It's in one of the cabinets, and I'll just hand it over to him.
Do I recognize it?
Mm, roll a history check for me.
History.
Can I also try to recognize it? Is
Yeah.
it a religious? Is it a religious symbol or no?
It could
Or
be.
I don't do history.
Um. All right. You guys both recognize this dragon in a way. It looks similar to a dragon god of your land, but something about it is different. Hold on. It, it's sort of similar to Bahamut, but as you, let's see. Um, Rothon, you sense that it looks very much like Bahamut, but something about it is sort of off. You can't really figure out what it is. It could just be the person who created it wasn't that great. Um, Kane, while you're looking at it, you realize that
Oh, surprise!
it's in a different stance than most Bahamut visages you see. This dragon, its head curves or its neck curves up um, and goes towards the left, but it seems to be baring its teeth in some sort of snarl or challenge, and it has a much more intimidating presence or feel
Hmm.
than most of the Bahamut reliquary you see.
Interesting.
You guys are still in the tower, right?
I think we're out front.
Yeah, out
Oh.
in front of it.
Mhm.
How far are you guys away from us?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Depends on where you guys are at.
Last I remember, by the animal.
They're just I don't know, couple feet off from the entrance to the watchtower.
Well, less than blessed. It just
What you
takes
got there?
No, it takes away the curse.
Sort of Bahamut statue,
Yeah, it's weird.
right?
It's like
Pendant.
off.
Let me see.
I'm not too familiar with Bahamut, so
It's facing the wrong way.
Let me take a look.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just some kind of mirror verse.
You can roll a history check as well, Rua.
maybe the crafter was just got it wrong.
Okay.
Maybe.
History check.
Oh, does anyone want these 2 crossbow bolts? I don't know who took. I don't remember who took the crossbow.
I mean,
I don't have. I have a crossbow, but I don't use it.
Here you go. You want 2 bolts?
I
No,
don't.
In
you
case you
keep
do need
them.
to
Don't
use it.
you have bolts?
No, I don't need them. I have a bow.
Rua, you see the same thing that they're talking about. You Bahamut being such a widely known and revered god within the Sword Coast, you are familiar with who they are. But you notice the same thing that they notice. It's facing the wrong way. There's an aggressiveness to it that you're not used to seeing, um, and a fierceness and almost just wrong feeling to it.
How do the wings look?
This pendant itself is just the curved neck and head.
Ah, creepy.
mm-hmm.
Did you find anything else in there?
Just that. Everything else is empty. There's a little hearth fire in there that's been looks like it's been snuffed out for a while. Found these 2 crossbow bolts. Kind of about it. You want them?
I do not fire bolts.
Says he can't move, so if there's someone an area
Alright.
for him to attack, then yeah, makes sense.
Well, while you were up there, did you see how to get out of here?
Yeah, along the road that we're taking right now, there's a waterfall that only really seemed to be anything of interest. Some bridge goes across that area, so
Yeah, it's a bridge on our map.
it's kind of about it.
Is it
Maybe.
next to the werewolf camp?
But werewolf camp.
Does your book
Yeah,
say something about a werewolf camp?
I don't
Yeah.
know what book you're talking about. Anyway,
The book that was in the pot. Werewolf book.
yes, the werewolf stuff.
Why are you so defensive about books, bruh?
Books are nice.
You,
They're very
you hiding
knowledgeable.
you hiding a book or something over there?
I have this manuscript about werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
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 Anyway, shall we get going?
Your dog sucks.
It's good to me.
I like how they moved though. It's kind of funny.
No.
No one
Do, do,
needs
do,
to
do.
know.
Oh, and there was the bodies. They had a weird symbol on top of them.
Bodies. What bodies?
Pardon?
The graves.
What symbol?
Some looks like the rocks are in a sunburst pattern.
Do I know what that is?
Immediately go over there.
Yeah. Does it sound like another religious symbol?
Yes.
Do I know it?
Um,
My training. My acolyte training.
Do
Yeah,
I
give me
know it with
another
my story
history
training?
check.
History.
Um,
8.
I
yeah.
can't. I can help.
I only know religion. I don't know history.
Sorry, my mistake. Yes, religion check.
Still shitty. Fuck.
They're different ones.
My religion and my history have the same thing.
Religion
Right.
for fun. No.
All right.
I don't know shit about y'all's gods.
Quaint. It
Oh wow.
it brings some sort of memory that you swear you used to remember when you were in the Feywild of your life before the Feywild. It was the Morning Lord?
The Morning
That's
Lord?
yeah, that's
MOU?
all you can.
Or
MORN.
Chile.
Okay. Something about the Morning Lord, but I don't remember who or what that is exactly.
Wait a minute.
Now that
Morning
she's said
Lord.
the name,
Hmm.
I know recognize it. Or know more about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just crude enough that you didn't put it together. You're used to seeing the symbol like gilded in gold or
Mhm.
intricately carved, but with the rocks, it was just off enough that it didn't quite hit you. But now that she says it, it feels obvious.
That's the guy that the father worshipped, right? And then
With the
Eliza told the story of the paladin of the Morning Lord.
Mhm.
Correct.
Maybe these were clerics of him?
It's graves, not bodies, right? Like there's no
Correct.
bodies there.
Yes.
Or at least followers?
Or maybe not necessarily clerics. It could just be, believers of the Morning Lord. It's just a simple grave marking. It's not anything special. The outside tower has no insignia on it at all.
No.
Would it be sacrilegious to get one of these gravestones?
Yes.
Okay, never mind.
Why would you want one?
Nah, I said never mind, so I will perish the thought.
I mean, here for a
Insight
draw.
check.
Just want to make a what is it,
Yes.
shading or whatever. Very insightful, that Rotha.
Yep. Sus, but can't tell why. Can't tell if it's suspicious or she's just weird.
Well, why won't it be both? Or why could it just be suspicious? Never mind.
She's just fucking with you, but you're not sure about it.
Yep.
Perseverance. Why are you saying perseverance?
Oh, probably Mikey.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
After the stop, you guys continue down the winding mountain road. Wait. Yeah. The jagged peaks looming ominously through the fog far above. The air grows colder as the road passes through a dark evergreen forest, the thick canopy once more blocking up much of the sky's dim light. The only sounds that follow you are the crunching of fallen leaves and an occasional rustling in the underbrush.
I actually thought
Um,
yeah, it's good.
if everybody can roll a perception check for me.
Wacha.
That is something I cannot do
Yeah,
with
9.
any reliability. Oh shit. I said reliability.
Use
I don't see shit.
All right,
Yeah, me and
Rothon
Rua are distracted.
and Theb.
I'm still talking about the
You guys
sacrilegious.
hear sound of movement behind you.
The bees.
Bees where?
Well done. Browses there.
Definitely not bees.
Not interested.
All right.
Doesn't even look.
I guess I look.
I'm explaining to Rua how sacrilegious it is to take grave markers.
I don't see the
Uh,
problem. They're dead.
But
You
their
see
memory.
what appears to be a wolf following quite a bit behind you guys. It doesn't seem as if it's getting ready for an attack, more just watching and observing.
Does it look like one of, his fucking wolves?
Uh, more like a regular wolf, not quite a dire wolf, but yes.
Hey, Theb, you want to go talk to it?
Not a bee, but I'll try.
I'll follow Theb just in case.
Rothon will
Stay here with
go
your bow,
behind,
Rothon.
a tree and just hold it steady.
Hello, wolf.
Don't you talk to like small creatures or something?
Are you doing like a speak with animals thing, or are you just chatting?
No, just well, it's the circle of the shepherd thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Um,
it's not super duper detailed,
beasts in
but
general.
I can get general information out of them.
Got it.
It's a gnome thing. That's small beasts only. I forgot.
Okay. The wolf kind of stops, lifts its head slightly up, not quite in a gesture of like, oh hey, let's be friends, but more of like a, oh shit, they saw me and they're talking to me.
Why are you following us?
It kind of looks around, gives a low growl, and you get the impression that it's following orders, but it doesn't want to do anything else.
It doesn't want to follow orders or doesn't want to not follow orders.
It wants to follow orders, and the orders seem to be like to watch you guys, but it doesn't want to fight. It doesn't want to approach you. It doesn't want to do anything like that.
Can I
Okay,
pet it?
well, if you decide to attack us, please let us know first. We'll be very kind. Let's go back to. I guess everyone just
What did they
hears me
say?
say that. It's not another language or anything. It's just that animals understand me.
Did you get anything from it?
It's like the other wolves. It's just following orders.
So we
So
shouldn't
it
kill it.
doesn't seem to want us to attack us at the moment. So it's probably fine.
He already knows where we're going anyways, right?
I can
That would be
blind
the
it,
assumption.
and we can
If it's not
run.
wolves, it's probably going to be something else.
I feel like it'd be able to determine where we're going since we're on this path.
I put sleep.
No need to waste a spell or anything.
Oh, it's okay. I put it sleep.
And if it won't be a detriment later if we get in a fight, then
Nah. Do we want to put it to sleep? Like, do we want it following us? Like, does it really matter?
I mean, feel like he can kind of just find us no matter what. So
Plus, sleep only lasts a minute, so
yeah, let's just leave
I
it.
don't think we'll get very far.
Maybe we'll move. I can't remember her name today.
Irina?
Yeah, we'll move her up a little bit in the walking order.
Okay.
We're in the middle.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys continue on. The wolf following from behind. As you curve around the edge of the mountain, the right-hand cliff falls away, leaving a sheer drop to a forested gully below. The road bends, doubling back around this ravine before plunging dramatically and winding around a smaller mountain peak. You follow the dirt road as it clings to the side of a mountain and ends before an arching bridge of mold-encrusted stone that spans a natural chasm. Gargoyles, cloaked in black moss, perch on the corners of the bridge, their frowns weather-worn. On the mountainous side of the bridge, a waterfall spills into a misty pool nearly 1,000 feet below. The pool feeds a river that meanders into the fog-shrouded pines that blanket the valley. A ghostly figure stands alone halfway across the bridge with its hands resting on the pommel of its sword, the blade of which is planted firmly on the ground.
Wait, what's
Right.
perched there?
A ghostly figure.
Ghostly figure. Okay, sorry. My brain mixed gargoyle up with it. Oh,
In the center of the bridge.
In the center of the bridge, yeah.
Basically in a like you shall not pass stance, sort of.
we're just chilling.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. There are gargoyles. They're cloaked in black moss, are perched on the
Like
corners of the
gargoyles,
bridge.
like stone gargoyles.
Stone gargoyles, yes.
Anyone want to approach our
I mean,
figure here?
Rothon, you know undead, right?
I know how to kill undead. That's kind of about it. I don't normally end up talking to them. I'm not exactly a great up close fighter either.
All right, fine. Just watch my back.
And he'll pull the bow out and just have an attack ready to go.
Wait, do you want to talk to this thing?
Alrighty, Ruth.
What thing?
Never mind.
I don't talk to
And I'll walk
animals.
to the bridge. It's not. It's a
Talking about
ghost.
ghost.
Oh, well, I don't fucking care.
You said you approach it?
Yeah, I approach like the bridge. I don't walk out onto the bridge.
Okay. You approach the bridge.
Like how
It's
it's in the
the other
middle
side.
of the bridge.
Middle of the bridge.
How long is this bridge?
It's pretty long. I
Like,
mean,
if I shout at the ghost, would it likely hear me?
probably, maybe.
Okay, I'll get to this bridge, but
Yeah.
well, I'll just point at it and message it. Actually,
Okay.
is it within 120 feet?
Yeah.
I'll message it and be like, are you guarding this bridge?
Few moments of silence before you hear. What is your business here?
Message back. We're just crossing the bridge. We're heading to shit. What city? Malachi.
Shit City, huh?
Shit city.
Damn, what a way to
Malachi.
talk about where he lives.
He lives there.
Ow, Anthony! Okay, you fucking get off! Oh, no, I'm not carrying you.
Fuck?
Sorry.
And that's how the ghost died.
One hell of a gargoyle.
When he hears your response, he says, Old things are stirring, and the Lord of Castle Ravenloft roams the valley.
Lies.
Tell me, do you serve him?
Do we all hear this, or do you just hear it? Because
If
you
it's
said
just through my magic spell, only I hear it.
He speaks out loud.
The
yeah,
ghost
but we're
does?
like
Okay.
200 feet away, right?
I mean, you guys are a ways away, so you can like kind of hear it, but it's also like sort of muffled. So you're like, did he just say what I think he said?
I hate that guy.
That's
That's Quaint yelling as loud as she can.
We don't serve him, no.
Well, then please come closer so I may get a closer look at you.
Last time we see him with 2 eyes.
This way. Is this like a rope bridge or just like an
Stone
actual
bridge.
like wood stone bridge? Okay, never mind. I was
Stone
saying you
bridge,
better get fucking Sparta kicked off this bitch.
I will cast Expedition Retreat on myself just to have it on there because it lasts for 10 minutes.
Nice.
And I will using my Warlock spell slot, and I'll walk out there.
All right. Do you have any weapons visible?
I have my spear on my back.
Okay. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am a knight of the Order of the Silver Dragon. Do you oppose Strahd?
I oppose all those that are like him.
Then I advise you to travel to Argynvostholt to the west. There you will seek Sir Godfrey William. He awaits those who would raise their swords against the darkness that lurks in the castle's depths.
Oh, my eyes. Flashbang. Godfrey Williams?
Godfrey William.
William. At
Gwilym.
GWI?
LYM.
Godfrey Gwillem.
Gwillem. Yeah,
Got it.
Gwillem. William Gwillem.
At
Yeah, whatever.
Argenhast?
Argynvostholt.
Vast. Argenvast.
Vostholt.
Okay.
Argynvostholt.
Got it. He said he was a
Knight of the Order of the Silver Dragon.
Okay. To the west.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sure. I can do that. Will you let us through?
Yes.
Okay.
And he
hey,
takes a step.
And you said,
gestures.
and I'll say, Silver Dragon. And I'll describe in detail the emblem that we found that looked kind of like Bahamut.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your guys' emblem?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you guys had a tower a ways back.
There have been many towers across the land.
So, Knights of the Silver Dragon, but you worship the Morning Lord?
No.
Oh. Okay. Just checking. All right, we'll go through now.
Do you have the pennant or do I?
You have it. I was just describing it.
Oh, okay. No, I just didn't remember if you took it or not.
No.
Add it to my
What
inventory.
amazing conversationalists.
Hey, I got job done. And as we go. Who has the map? We have a map, right? Like a physical map.
Yes.
Who has it?
I highly doubt you guys trusted me with a map.
Probably not.
No, definitely not.
Probably would have gave it most likely to Rothon, being the ranger.
I'll have it in the backpack.
So I'll,
sure.
tell everyone I'll come back. It's like, okay, so he's ghost. But was he talking loud enough for everyone to hear him at that point? Or were we
Yeah.
just having a one-on-one conversation?
I mean, it was one-on-one, but
Mhm.
everyone could hear.
Okay. So, Rothon, can I see the map?
Take it out.
I
He's
look for this
good,
place he's
right?
referring to. Oh, sorry. What were we doing?
We're good with him.
Yeah, we can cross.
Okay, cool. Put the bow away.
Looking
There's
to-
no.
Okay.
It's not marked on the map.
It is
It
not
said
marked on the map.
Is
west.
it
Is
it
it?
the one, the like broken down looking chapel
That's what
over
I'm
there to
thinking.
the southwest of Valakai?
Oh,
Or
hold on just a moment.
is it the Burning Man over there on the hill? Far, far west.
You mean the Great Vineyards over there?
It's south of that, the Burning Man on the hill.
Yeah, I don't know if that be. I don't know. Well, that doesn't exactly. I don't actually know what it would be. I
Burning
think
Man.
about it because
The map doesn't
it just says a
tell you what it.
garden must hold.
The only things that are written on there are the only things that you see.
Yeah.
So you can
Mhm.
take a guess. You can
Do I
ask
know
me
what
more
a holt
questions.
is?
I
I
don't know. Do
mean,
you know
if
what a
he's
holt
Is
is?
that like German
if
for
he's
hold?
Maybe. Do
friendly,
you know what German is?
Nope.
All right, then. You don't know what holt is.
could we just take this over to him on the way and be like,
Oh,
is
I guess
this
that'd probably be a good idea.
possibly it?
Is the ghost still on the bridge?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's do
I'll
that.
just we'll
Rothon,
take
don't
it
kill
over
him.
to
He's a good undead.
I put the bow away.
Just letting you know.
Yeah.
Go back to the bridge and show him the map
Okay.
and the pendant.
He kind of
I'll
he looks
take
at the pendant
no.
and just nods. And then to the map, he says, "Ah, yes, you will travel west, beyond the walled town, and then south upon the ash gray path."
So that one, the broken down building, probably. Is that what we get? Is he's kind of indicating is that broken down church looking thing,
Kinda, yeah.
or at least in that area?
South on the Ashen Path.
Yeah. But I'm
Yes.
guessing like the dotted path, maybe.
I would assume so.
Ash gray path.
Yeah,
Ash
great path.
Okay. Did this pendant belong to you or someone you know? There was a watchtower along the road a little ways back, and we found it in there.
It is the symbol of the Order of the Silver Dragon.
Okay, but nothing more personal that you would know of.
I mean, I'm sure there's a ton of symbols out there. I don't know if it's his or not.
I mean, I don't know how long he's been here.
Probably like hundreds of years.
Is there a reason you're guarding this bridge?
Because I raised my voice against my commander and was banished. Now, I stand like my brothers and sisters in arms, watching the dark places of this land and awaiting an order that will never come.
I don't really know what that means, Kate.
I don't know either. I think he's depressed.
All right. Is there any
Okay.
way we can help you? Or are you like content to stay here?
I cast resurrect.
I cannot leave here, but you should speak with Sir Godfrey to obtain further information.
How long have you been guarding this bridge? Like, is Godfrey still alive?
I do not know how long I have been here.
Got it. We should go.
One other quick question. That is kind of going off what you said, Kane. Is Godfrey newer? Like, has he passed by recently? Or was he a person alive when you were alive?
You should head to
Okay.
Argynvostholt to
Sounds good.
speak to Sir Godfrey.
It's like talking to a mirror.
By the way, there's a wolf following us that does work for Strahd. So if he comes
Hmm.
across, I'm just giving you a heads up.
Dump his ass in the ravine.
Do what you got to do.
The beast von Zarevich has many spies.
Yep, learn that one. Just kind of motion everybody. Let's go, guys.
Come on, Quaint.
But fine.
All right. You guys pass the bridge, continue walking. After about 30 minutes, you're continuing down the winding road, which climbs a short distance north before bending west to avoid a bald-headed peak on the right. Its craggy cliffs bearing an array of sharp rocks that jut out over the roadway. It's not long before the road bends north once again. A second hill, arising from the fog on your left. Twisted trees dot its steep slopes, their branches reaching out like gnarled fingers. As you travel deeper between the hills, the road narrows and the cliffs grow taller. Soon, though, the hills fall away once more, the road continuing forth into a small, fog-choked basin. um, the road continues forward, passing between a patch of dark woods. The air here is as quiet as the grave, the trees standing perfectly still in the unnerving silence. Not far from the road, nestled in the overgrown underbush, stands a mossy stone slab, standing just under 6 feet in height. It rests on an old, cracked stone circle and seems to bear some kind of carving. And that is where we will end the session for tonight.
No,
Siege questionable god.
we didn't get
It's a
anything.
towel for hair.
You got a necklace.
I don't want my necklace. I don't understand it. It doesn't taste good.
Yeah, dope ass feather.
I got a lot of things.
Give my dagger back.
I seem to have lost hearing.
Yo, can I get one of my arrows back, please?
Oh man.
What are you gonna do with it?
Leaves
Come
are
on.
very loud today.
Fucking leaves.
That's all right, Rothan. I'll put her to sleep and we'll get him later.
Sounds
Now,
good.
hold on there.
Put her to sleep and loot the body.
Oh no. Suddenly the
Bye.
scarf turns into like a giant snake. Bye.
Here.
Oh, I just meant bye because, you're going to be asleep and they're going to loot your body.
Oh no, I'm gonna sleep for real now. Bye.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
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 Ah.
Hell, weird ass ghost dude just chilling.
Hey, man. He was on the job.
He's on the
Oh,
job.
by the way, John, I bought cards and installed it.
Nice.
I was like, it's on sale. Fuck it.
Put down some doors.
I don't want to try it just to go fuck with some doors. I want to kick a table into someone.
Kick a table onto someone.
It looks fucking funny as hell.
You're like guards of like a medieval town, and you're just taking care of business in this town with like There's people, there's
Yeah.
plagues, there's orcs.
Taking care of
And
business.
it has physics combat. So like you can just throw shit at people.
So do you decide to be like, an honorable guard or like
I don't think it's that it gets that
douchey
detailed.
guard?
Oh, I didn't.
I think it's just like no
realize
holds
this.
bars, like you're basically SWAT, like
Yeah.
Mm.
get shit done,
You
kick
go
down
in,
doors.
you go in, save the citizens, fucking beat ass.
Beat
That's
ass, huh?
Yep.
I mean, hey, whatever you're into, man.
Does this pack give me access to a frying pan?
You got
What?
the Vanguard pack.
I don't know, but I want it now.
Shield,
It just
throwing axe,
showed-
light axe, battle axe, scepter, pauldrons, helm, curries, gauntlets, boots, paint, barbarian armor set, cloth armor set, and our humble
Cart.
things.
That card, fuck it.
It does not give you a frying pan.
I don't care.
You must already have
I get
access. I use
I get
extra.
extra.
Okay.
I get extra shit, so fuck it. All that matters. I get extra stuff. It looks just like it almost looks like kind of for the king, but just silly.
Mm.
Yeah, you fucking kick it. You kick in the door. and just go and beat the shit out of stuff.
Justice served.
Yo,
Oh my god.
are you watching the video?
Just clicking through the pictures.
Yeah. It looks hella funny.
The poor citizens on their fucking knees with blindfolds on and shit.
Gotta save the citizens.
There was one game where you got to do horse drifting.
Sounds hilarious.
What?
I will have
Excuse
to go
me?
find it. It was the most ridiculous shit I've ever
They
seen.
do have that technically on Black Desert Online.